This is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us tonight. 2 weeks since the Supreme Court struck down the statewide Safer at Home order. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says state data shows coronavirus cases are up 50% across the state and deaths are up 20%.
And now Parisi is calling for leaders of the legislature to do something about it.
What we need from the people who are responsible for the statewide guidelines being struck down is for them to work on a plan for what's next. How are we going to protect our citizens? How are we going to deal with the statewide spikes in cases that we're seeing? What are we going to do if the predictions are correct that later in the summer and in the fall we are going to see a huge spike in cases?
Yesterday, on the 2-week anniversary of the statewide order being struck down, Wisconsin had its biggest one-day increase in deaths since the outbreak started, with 23 more deaths. In just 2 months, more state residents have died from COVID-19 than passed away in Wisconsin car crashes in all of last year. Today, health officials confirmed more than 600 new cases, 11 new deaths related to COVID-19. The state's total number of cases has exceeded 17,000, and 553 people have died. DHS officials say part of the reason for larger daily case counts is due to increased testing capacity.
The city of Madison is rolling out a new program that would allow restaurants to temporarily expand their outdoor dining spaces to better accommodate for social distancing. Our Gabriela Becerra joins us live downtown to explain how this would benefit restaurants and customers. Gabby?
Charlotte, although today's weather has been less than ideal for eating outside, Madison restaurants say people have been choosing patio seating over the past couple of days, and the Streetery Restaurant Relief Program would only expand on that.
Normally we have about 4 tables outside, but because of the spacing of 6 feet, we're just keeping it with 2 right now.
Nick's on State Street has seen an increase of interest to dine outside since reopening earlier this week.
Right away. Literally the first day as soon as we put them out. And we've had more, with just the 2 tables outside, we've actually had more people still sitting outside than a total of inside.
Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway signed an emergency order Wednesday that would expand outside seating capacity while still maintaining social distancing.
Right now, we're requiring restaurants to operate at 25% of their capacity and to maintain that 6-foot physical distance between parties, which can be really hard for smaller places. And so we're trying to give folks just a few more options.
More options including the sidewalk, a parking lot, or even a parking lane on the street.
I also think that, we're all going to feel a little bit more comfortable being outside for the time being. And so this is a great option, again, for local restaurants to expand a little bit.
And that's something Nick's owner, Dino Christ, would agree with.
Seems like people feel more comfortable outside.
While Chris says he's a fan of the order, he's not sure how it'll work on one of downtown's more popular streets.
As far as State Street's concerned, I don't know how they would do that.
Gotcha.
If it's okay with our neighbors, if we could move a little bit to the left and right a little bit, that would be nice.
Mayor Rhodes Conway says this is not an invitation to host larger gatherings, but rather have safer experiences. The applications are now open and the fees have been waived.
Gabby, thank you. The city has also designated several streets that will be considered as cafe zones, which would close selected portions of the street and require vehicle detours for the duration of the program. The streets you see on the screen are under consideration, but not all will be chosen.
Fitness enthusiasts have more options as gyms begin offering classes again, like in so many other areas of our life. It comes with some changes. Madeline O'Neill live at Burn Boot Camp in Verona with what those differences look like there. Maddie?
Well, class is actually going on right now, starting yesterday after 9 weeks of closure. Now, if you think of public group classes, if you're like me, you might picture people close to each other, and that's why gyms are making changes. Working out can teach you how to push through challenges, and right now that means not resisting change.
At Burn, like high fives is like the biggest thing for us, and right now we can't do that, so we're doing like air high fives.
Burn Boot Camp in Verona is cutting down on class size, according to head trainer Cody Burns, only allowing members to attend by signing up ahead of time.
They had to wear a mask coming into the gym. They had to hit hand sanitizer right away, walk right to a floating floor, and we have marked off spots on the floating floor where they could work out.
members stay in those 6x10 spots for the whole class.
Everyone should have a minivan within their square.
And wash their equipment afterward.
It's going to be different, but of course that's just to keep everybody safe.
Owner Jonathan Nolan is getting ready to reopen training for Warriors Madison on Monday.
We have a lot of fun.
When every class is different, ranging from heavy lifting to metabolic training, that means plenty of planning ahead. Creating pods to keep members distanced, and making sure there's enough equipment so they don't have to share.
I'm just excited to see my people back.
Especially considering reopening wasn't a given.
I'm just glad that I didn't decide to throw the towel in, just because it is coming to an end and we are getting that restart.
A restart that requires going with the flow and not sweating the limitations.
I think right now it's just more or less just being grateful that we're together again. I think something like we'll never take this for granted again.
Right now, during phase 1 of the county's reopening plan, Burn Boot Camp is only accepting current members, but Training for Warriors, or TFW, is accepting new members, and both are still offering their Zoom workout classes for those who aren't comfortable coming out yet.
All right, Maddie O'Neill live in Verona. Maddie, thank you.
And let's check your first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
It's been a cloudy, gray day today, and we've had rain for pretty much most of the day, but that is starting to change. Notice to the north and west, those skies starting to clear across Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin as the clouds continue across the rest of southern Wisconsin. But notice the rain, too. That is starting to move eastward. Zooming in, looks like the back edge of the rain just starting to cross the Wisconsin River around Prairie du Sac and Merrimack, and looks like areas west of Madison will see the rain stop very shortly. For the most part, rain and fall amounts were about an inch to as much as almost 2 inches north and west of Madison. East of Madison, about a ½ inch to an inch. Far southeastern Wisconsin, just getting in on the rain now. Most areas there under a ½ inch. Temperatures are in the 60s because of the clouds and the rain. Farther to the north and west, La Crosse is back to sunshine, and their temperatures are in the upper 70s. But notice the dew point. Madison's dew point at 65, La Crosse at 46, so the air is drying out significantly. That will clear out the clouds after the rain ends tonight. We'll look for low temperatures in the lower 50s. Highs tomorrow only reaching the upper 60s with partly sunny skies. After a cool weekend, though, warm weather returns for next week. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The 2020 Wisconsin State Fair is officially canceled due to coronavirus. The statement says the State Fair Board Chairman made the decision for the safety of fairgoers, staff, vendors, entertainers, and the broader community. The fair draws more than 1 million people over the course of 11 days. And the Hodag Country Festival in Rhinelander is now canceled as well. Earlier this week, you may remember, the Oneida County Public Safety Committee approved the festival on a 4-to-1 vote, requiring a safety plan to be put into effect. But according to a Facebook post on the festival's page, organizers have now decided to postpone until July of 2021, stating that the possibility of having the festival has, quote, created stress and division in the Rhinelander area. And the city of Beloit has canceled the Beloit-Janesville Symphony Orchestra's concert and fireworks show on the 4th of July. A release says the decision to cancel Pops on the Rock was made because socially distancing would not be feasible for the large crowd that attends. Other summer events, including the Beloit Dirty Dash, youth golf programs, and the 4th of July Bike Parade have also been canceled. The city has also decided to keep Krieger Pool closed through at least June.
Governor Evers is requesting the Wisconsin Elections Commission use the money it receives from the Federal CARES Act to reimburse local governments for changes they made to keep voters safe during the spring election. The governor mentions purchasing cleaning supplies and PPE, making physical changes to polling stations, and hiring temporary staff. He says the Elections Commission is eligible to receive more than $7 million in federal money. People hoping to have a seat in the state legislature have until Monday to get their nomination papers in. Amy Reed joins us now to explain the challenges they've faced.
It's been difficult for people who are required to get hundreds of signatures and also want to respect people's health and their space. The rain today was a nice reminder of what used to be an inconvenience for door-to-door campaigning, but now people running to fill an open Senate seat in Monona, whether they've run for office before or not, are having to find other ways to connect with voters. Much of that is done on a website or Facebook page, but they've also hosted things like drive-through signature drives. I talked to them about what it's like.
COVID has really thrown a wrench in campaigning.
Oh, my goodness. All of the stuff I had to cancel. I had so many places to be.
We want to be respectful of everyone's comfort level with this pandemic. That is huge for me.
All three of the people running for that Senate seat say they've gotten the necessary signatures to officially be a candidate, though the Elections Commission has to verify that. The deadline to get them in is Monday. After that, candidates will still have to socially distant campaign throughout the summer. The primary is scheduled for August.
Amy, thank you.
Developing tonight after almost a 2-hour delay in their scheduled press conference about the death of George Floyd, the FBI and top Minnesota attorneys say they're not able to announce developments in their investigation at this time.
The main question is, what are you going to do about the murder of George Floyd? Well, I've just described what we're going to do. We are going to investigate it as expeditiously, as thoroughly and completely as justice demands.
An officer was caught on camera with his knee on Floyd's neck, even after he said he couldn't breathe. The 4 officers involved have been fired. Protesters, some peaceful and some not, have flooded the streets of Minneapolis now for days. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has activated the National Guard in response to the violence there. And today, our local law enforcement agencies were part of a town hall meeting hosted by Madison 365 to respond to what happened in Minneapolis with George Floyd. They all agreed that what happened in that video was angering and unacceptable. The chiefs individually talked about their policies and practices when it comes to use of force and how they handle racial inequalities. But a black Dane County mother joined the call and said the policies clearly aren't working and that something else needs to be done.
Sounds like more of the same. They protect themselves around the practices and policies that they have in place. And that is not going to continue to work in our society. It doesn't look like the policies and the procedures that you put in place 50 years ago.
There were many questions they didn't have time to respond to. Madison 365 said it'll email the questions to all the chiefs and post their responses online later.
Sunbury police have identified a suspect involved in a disturbance at a bar that led to gunshots in the parking lot. Last night, police were called to Rock Sports Bar and Grill. Witnesses reported a man fired 3 to 5 gunshots from a handgun in the parking lot and drove off before police arrived. Nobody was hurt, but a bullet fragment was recovered from the siding of a nearby home. Police haven't released the name of the suspect.
Next at 6, a Do Something Good story that shows even when you feel helpless, a small act of kindness can make a big difference. How a local bakery is helping frontline workers.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Made Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18-month 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Made, your local store for more since 1938.
Engines are restarting, park is shifting to drive. So we're offering 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. Plus the freedom to shop and buy online. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram will help you drive forward.
Or now during the Jeep Memorial Day sales event with employee pricing at $5,611 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
We're back.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Welcome back. Many of us are learning through this pandemic that a small act of kindness can go a long way, especially when it's for frontline workers.
Photojournalist Lance Hyde shares why Clausen's Bakery staff felt moved to do something good for the staff at UW Hospital.
So I have a rack of morning buns here ready to come out of the oven. Very hot right now, about 325 degrees. I am the general manager. I've been here for almost 30 years now. And I'm carefully dumping them out, and I want all that caramel to drizzle on top of them, because that's part of the magic of these, is the caramel on them. They get tumbled in sugar. I will let them tumble, get a little bit of sugar on them.
For the month of May, we've been giving morning buns away to community heroes, first responders, medical staff, you know, just kind of running the full gamut.
And we're going to be dropping off another 1,500 of these at the hospital this afternoon.
This is our second delivery to UW Hospital, so they got the biggest bulk of the morning buns. Yeah, I'm sick of thinking, well, I can't do anything. Well, yeah, I can do something. We can give them morning buns. So it's a small thing to do, but it ended up being a big thing. We've all been quarantined now and isolated and everything, just to get out there, and it's like a highlight to drive to a fire department and to talk to other people and, you know, have your face mask on, and it's just kind of a cool thing. Just connects you with people you're normally not connected with.
You know, it's a really cool feeling to be able to give back. You know, the community has been very good to our bakery, has really supported us well over the years. And, you know, it's just a good feeling to be able to give back when needed.
Oh, there's nothing like a gift, something like that, especially when it's coated in sugar.
Yeah, they gave a few samples for us today. We really appreciate it. Always good to see that kind of community effort coming together in a good cause. All right, we'll be right back with Gary's forecast.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Save with 0% financing on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Steinhoffels has been the name you trust for over 85 years. Right now, all living room, dining room, and bedroom furniture is on sale. Get 40 to 70% off on the largest selection of furniture, plus free no-contact shipping and no money down, 5 years to pay financing, plus an extra 10% off clearance. Get amazing deals on all of our mattresses like Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, and Purple. Shop our large showrooms where we've taken all the necessary steps to provide you a safe shopping experience. Shop in-store or online today during Steinhoffels Memorial Day sale.
Your course, your way, your lakes. Support Clean Lakes Alliance with a virtual Loop the Lake ride, walk, run, or whatever in your own neighborhood. Registration includes a soft Land's End tee. Kids 10 and under get a free shirt with a paid adult. This socially distanced event is a great way to help the lakes and keep safe this summer. Register at cleanlakesalliance.org. We may not be able to gather, but we can still come together virtually and support our lakes.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. We've created the best offer yet with our Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Celebrities and even people across the country just like you look and feel years younger in minutes.
So I've had under-eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. And I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and I'm not joking. It works.
I'm Neela. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to take care of yourself. Plexiderm, seriously, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under-eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under-eye bags and wrinkles make you look tired and older, try it today for only $14.95, plus get free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Right now at Wild Easttown Honda, sign and drive a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $299. That's $299 with zero down, zero first payment, and zero due at start at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison.
We just had a little commercial about the Clean Lakes Alliance and highlighting the Madison area lakes. Starting tomorrow and lasting and running on weekends through the Labor Day weekend, we're going to be partnering with the Clean Lakes Alliance and their website, lakeforecast.org, to show you some of the lake conditions. Basically, we'll have a graphic that will run on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings, as well as in the evening on Friday and Saturday, showing the lake water temperature and then the conditions of the 4 areas area lakes, you'll see a green check mark if all the beaches are open. If the beaches are open, but some of the beach conditions are not great, then we'll see a yellow check mark. And if there's a red check mark, that means at least one of the beaches is closed. And you can go to their website, lakeforecast.org, in order to find out the latest conditions. And then we'll also have a forecast for that day or the next couple of days so that you can plan your trip out to the lakes and see what the winds are. I know a lot of boaters want to know what the wind conditions are as well as the temperatures. And obviously you want to know if there's the threat for thunderstorms in the forecast. Now we've had rain and a few thunderstorms today. A lot of areas west and north of Madison have picked up an inch or more of rain. Some places perhaps close to 2 inches of rain. South and east of Madison, the rain is continuing there, but it hasn't been as heavy, and that will probably wind down this evening. So you can see the steadier rain over Madison, but even that's starting to break up. And west and northwest of Dane County, the rain has pretty much come to an end, and there's nothing really to the north and west. We'll be looking at dry weather beginning later on tonight and lasting through the upcoming weekend. Over the last 48 hours, temperatures have been in the 70s to the low 80s before dropping into the 60s with the rain this afternoon. The dew point temperatures, though, have stayed in the 60s over the last 48 hours. The next 48 hours, completely different. High temperatures barely in the mid to upper 60s, and those dew point temperatures dropping into the 40s, so it'll feel noticeably less humid. Three things you need to know in the forecast. Those 60s will continue through the weekend, so a little cooler than average, but it'll be dry. No rain expected until probably Monday, and then we'll look for some temperatures back in the 80s beginning on Tuesday and lasting for much of next week with an increase in humidity at times as well. The showers and isolated thunderstorms now moving into Illinois. Dry air across the Dakotas and Minnesota starting to move in our direction. And the cold front is actually now to the east of us. Most of the rain is just behind the cold front. But notice this little dry slot here. Temperatures have actually warmed up into the 70s where they've had some sunshine. But a secondary cold front starting to drop temperatures into the 60s and 50s in northern Minnesota. That's the cool air that's coming for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, look for a high of 67. It'll be partly sunny. It'll also be breezy, but noticeably cooler and less humid. And as far as the 7 to 10 day forecast is concerned, look for dry weather and cool conditions this weekend. Shower and thunderstorm chances on Monday as a warm front moves through, and then we're back to near 80 or well into the 80s for much of next week with higher humidity.
And coming up in sports, two local hockey stars are teaming up to give back to their hometown. What it means for the Holtz brothers to pay it forward. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Engines are restarting. Park is shifting to drive. So we're offering 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. Plus the freedom to shop and buy online. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram will help you drive forward.
Or now during the Jeep Memorial Day sales event with employee pricing at $5,611 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. We've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
Slumberland's huge memorial sale is almost over. Don't miss out on hundreds of incredible markdowns, like a power recliner for just $396, a Sealy Queen mattress marked way down to $598, our best-selling Adirondack chairs for just $188, our lowest price ever. If you've been waiting for our very best deals, this is it. And get free no-contact shipping with no minimum. But it all ends Sunday the 31st, so don't miss it. The memorial sale at Slumberland Furniture.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Right now, Toyota is offering 0% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4. Or you can lease a new RAV4 for $229 a month. You can even shop and buy online from the comfort of your home. Many Toyota service centers are open to help keep your vehicle in top shape and may even offer no-contact vehicle drop-off.
All from the brand you trust today and tomorrow. Toyota.
We're back.
We got our to-go food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup. When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies. to do.
Hi, folks. Friday morning, Hattie has her eye on cooler and drier weather in the weekend forecast.
And parents, if you're wondering if your kids should be wearing masks, well, we have answers from local doctors.
We'll see you starting at 4:30 Friday morning.
Stoughton natives Mitch and Cole Holtz played hockey together with the Madison Capitals. They went their separate ways in college and are currently both playing professional hockey. But the brothers have teamed up once again to give back to their hometown.
Low for Byro, out in front. Here's Holtz. Holtz fires. He scores!
Hockey
Cole Holtz rips it over the shoulder.
has been good to Mitch and Cole Holtz.
I think if you would have told us that, 5 years ago, I would have probably called you crazy.
Crazy to think that both brothers would be playing professionally.
Now you just kind of look back and you just, you got to appreciate, everything that everybody's done for you. And, there's a reason you got there. And so, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool for both of us to actually do it.
Now the two
Fires a shot, he scores!
plan to pay it forward.
We want to help grow this into a hockey hotbed and really thrive as a city and a state in hockey.
Teaming up to put on hockey camps in their hometown.
We've always ended up going out of state or, you had to travel for these camps. And, I think to have one right here in Madison would be extremely beneficial.
I was the older one, had no idea about anything, agents, advisors, junior leagues, and just seeing how Cole was able to handle it and see the difference. I think it sped up his progression.
And helped him reach the NHL.
Back to Holtz. Holtz walking, he fires and scores!
Which is why both Mitch and Cole,
I think will show him a lot just because we came from Stoughton, Madison area, and they see it from our point of view because we've been through it, and it's kind of surreal to be able to go through that and then pass it down to these kids that are from the small towns around here as well.
want to give back to the sport that's given them so much. The guy said that the camps will probably start next summer. They're just trying to get the word out right now. But it's crazy to think two brothers are both playing professional hockey.
That's pretty good. They're doing all right, and they're also giving back. Let's go to Gary. Final check.
Well, we're watching some rain still over south central Wisconsin, but the rain pretty much ending north and west of the Wisconsin River, so it looks like we'll start drying out by mid to late evening. Temperatures right now in the 60s for the most part over southern Wisconsin. Tomorrow we'll see similar temperatures about this time, but with noticeably less humidity. We'll see partly sunny skies, and the 7 to 10 day forecast cool for the weekend, warming up next week, some thunderstorm chances, back to summer by Tuesday of next week.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us tonight for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.